Oh. You know, guys, I do a lot of stories. And, sometimes you get desensitized to this stuff. Sometimes you're just doing videos, you're pumping out videos, you're doing the content, you're working. This is my job. And you don't feel no way sometimes about the victim or the suspect. Or in some cases, the assailant, whatever you want to call them. You don't feel no way about them sometimes. Sometimes it's just a story, and it's interesting. And then sometimes you do stories where it's just like, oh my God. Where you really dislike the person who did it, and you really feel truly sorry. And I feel that way a lot more than I let on. I try to, be in control of my emotions. Like that one about calculator, that one really messed me up. The parties being shot up, the graduation, these young people just losing their lives. But this one right here out of North Dakota, because North Dakota is an extremely safe place. I mean, extremely safe. You go to the gun memorial in North Dakota, you scroll down once, you in 2012. Very safe place. Lots of drugs, lots of property crime, some violent crime, but as far as murder, not a lot of murder. North Dakota teen girl dies after random attack while skateboarding. A 14-year-old North Dakota girl who was skateboarding at a strip mall was killed in a random attack lasting about 20 minutes, in which she was choked, beaten, and stabbed more than 20 times, according to reports. Daisy Jupiter Paulson was declared brain dead Tuesday, 4 days after she was viciously assaulted in Fargo. And her family is working on donating her organs. Her alleged assailant, Arthur Prince Colley, 23, who was initially charged with attempted murder, robbery, and aggravated assault, will now be charged with murder, according to the Cass County prosecutor. Colley told investigators he used methamphetamine on June 3rd, the day before the attack, and denied any role in the assault, according to court documents cited by the outlet. The suspect, Mr. Colley, who was on probation for a 2017 conviction for assaulting a peace officer, said he was walking in the area where the attack took place, but insisted he did not recall when asked about it. Jupiter was skateboarding from her dad Robert's house to her mom's place about 7 a.m. Wow. Friday when she was attacked, the Forum reported, citing the father and court documents. The beatdown of about 20 minutes near Party City was caught in part on surveillance video. They bringing this nonsense up to North Dakota. Yikes. A sanitation worker driving in the area saw a man wearing a white t-shirt and black pants leaning or standing over the girl with one hand on her nose and the other on her throat. The documents state, so this happened in broad daylight. This girl got beaten for 20 minutes in broad daylight. The worker called 911 and performed CPR on the girl. Her mother, Antonio Johnson, told KVLY-TV. The suspect fled, but police later traced him to a Walmart store about half a mile from the site of the attack. Store security footage showed a person grabbing new clothes, putting them on in a changing room, and leaving without pay. So he ain't crazy. So we can't. So I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh shit, I'm in trouble now. Let me go into the store, get some clothes, change out of these, so I disguise myself. So if I get caught, oh, now I'm crazy again. Ain't it funny how these crazy people? They shape shift. They be crazy when they assaulting you, and then when it's time to pay the consequences and get the law come looking for them, and they not crazy. Then they masterminds. That was brilliant, man. That was quick thinking. Oh shit! Let me run in. Let me run in this store. Jason, that was brilliant. Now they called me crazy again. Police found discarded shoes and blood-soaked clothes in the changing room. They later found a man matching the description of the person who stole the clothing and identified him as Collie. When told he was under arrest for robbery and attempted murder, Collie reportedly responded, "Attempted murder? As is she alive? Or what? What does attempted murder mean?" So he thought he killed her, which he did, but she was still legally alive at that point. On May 7th, he pleaded guilty to discharging a firearm within city limits, possessing a firearm as a felon, and possessing drug paraphernalia. So this brother up there in Fargo, man, he terrorized in Fargo. Defund the Fargo police. Give them less money. And make Fargo more diverse. I'm sure they just loving that diversity up there in Fargo. Collie was sentenced to 18 months, supervised probation, and 27 days in jail. But court records indicate he had been released after already serving that time in the slammer. So from May 7th, March, April, May 7th, so he did 27 days, and as soon as he got out, he attacked this girl. Wow.
The 14-year-old is still fighting for her life tonight after a brutal assault which took place on Friday in the parking lot of a strip mall in Fargo.
Wait. The news lady in Fargo is black? And then we just do a story where Lori Lightfoot was saying there's not enough diversity. Every damn city we go to, the news anchor's black. Or one of them. Or the reporter, somebody in the news story involved with the story is black. Now in Fargo, North Dakota, the news anchor's black. Wow. So it's basically two black people in Fargo, like literally, it's her and the guy who did this. Wow.
The 14-year-old is still fighting for her life tonight after a brutal assault which took place on Friday in the parking lot of a strip mall in Fargo. Today, doctors say her condition is worsening. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling sat down with the girl's father, who's wishing for his daughter to continue fighting.
She doesn't deserve this punishment.
The condition for the 14-year-old Jupiter Paulson has declined since her attack on Friday. Paulson was found that morning after allegedly being stabbed 25 times and strangled by 23-year-old Arthur Prince Colley. According to her father, Robert, doctors are saying today that her brain cells are dying off and that they're having a hard time getting her brain to react to certain tests.
Right now, the fight is truly on her. I mean, all the prayers and love that I've received through the community is very appreciated, and I just want them to keep coming, of course. But right now she's in the fight of her own life, and she's unresponsive to most activity.
But Robert wants people to remember that his daughter is more than just a victim in this senseless act.
She was always so kind and loving and caring, always helpful, especially with her youngest brother, who's just 2 years old, and she always wanted to be around him. I always wanted to be around her sisters and her other brother. And, it's just a hard time at the moment.
So you mean to tell me Hunter Biden get to drop the N-word with carte blanche? And it's people of the Sun online arguing that it's no big deal. Go on Twitter and type in Hunter Biden N-word and see the tweets. They're actually people of the Sun people are fighting with people who are talking about, like, hey man, that's messed up. Hunter Biden said them. They're fighting with you for Hunter Biden's right to use the N-word. And this guy, he can't just get an N-word pass. He can't just go to the highest mountain in Fargo and with a bullhorn and just yell the N-word for an hour straight. He gotta be all acting all like, because you can't act. If he shows too much emotion, that's racism. He don't have to talk that bad. He hasn't been convicted yet. Why are you talking about Mr. Colley like that? He ain't been convicted yet.
Her dad also pointed out that his daughter was good for cracking a joke. This has been hard for the family, who now have to wait and see what happens. Robert said he would do anything to help his little girl.
I just wish we could trade places. No child deserves to go through stuff like this.
Full of life, just started a job at Arby's, played instruments, and loved skateboards. As her dad put it, his daughter is a sweetheart that didn't deserve this. In Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
A GoFundMe has been set up for Jupiter. For more information on that, go to our website and just click on this story.